On tap, Okocim Porter. Hi, I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority. Today we are talking about Okocim Porter from the Okocim Brewery in Brzesko, Poland. This brewery has been around since 1845, but now operates under the Carlsberg Brewing Group. Okocim Porter is 8.3% ABV. Beer writer Michael Jackson includes this in his list of winter warmers, beers that are perfect for a cold winter day. It is a dark, rich, malty Baltic Porter. Unlike English porters, which are ales, Baltic Porters are usually bottom-fermented lagers, although there are exceptions. They were originally intended for trade and have a higher alcohol content that helped them survive long voyages across the Northern Sea. Adam, what are some of the prominent flavor notes that you're getting in this beer?
You know, it's like drinking like a coffee beverage, like a latte that you would get only with beer involved with it. I get some toffee notes to it, a really, really strong, almost a really dark roast coffee bean, and then a little bit of milk added to it. I think it's a real nice beer, nice balance, sweet. It does have that warming effect to it. So.
Joby, what are you getting like? Describe the color and the head to us and what you observed.
Yeah, James, the color is really dark. It's almost borderline pitch black, but when you hold it up to a light, it's got, real dark amber color. And then the head, when you poured that, it's a real thick head, and then it stays on the glass for a while, so it's a pretty lacy, the head's got a lot of staying power, if you will. Okay,
and Mark, what are you getting in the aroma on this?
The aroma of it, I mean, you pretty much covered it pretty well up front. It's got a real strong, smooth, milky, toffee-ish almost. I was telling Joby earlier, when he first smelled it, it almost smells like a chilled, sweet cup of coffee. You can pick up some of those milkier notes in there. It goes down real smooth. It's got a real sweet sensation to it. You wouldn't guess that it has an 8.3% ABV in there, because all the flavors and aromas that are going on there mask that alcohol really well.
James, when I smelled it, I kind of almost got a licorice smell as well, like a black licorice, so that the sweet note is kind of coming out to the aroma as me as well.
Okay, and then Adam, do you think the aroma and the flavor, do they match up pretty well?
Yeah, they're pretty close, and I mean, when you smell it, you can smell that coffee, and that you can smell the kind of that toasted pecan kind of smell to it. I don't smell the licorice, but you can smell the sweetness, and then when you drink it, you can taste that same sweet.
What's your big picture rating on this?
This is a great beer. I give it a 9. I think there's a lot of flavor going on with this. I agree with the winter beer. Drinking it when it's colder, kind of. I think it's going to be a good beer to drink in the winter months.
Joby, how would you describe the mouthfeel and carbonation on this beer?
Well, the mouthfeel, at least, James, it's pretty a thick beer, so I don't know that you could drink 2 or 3 of these. 2 maybe, but after one with a bigger bottle, almost 16.9 ounces out of these bottles, it's a pretty thick beer, so therefore, you're kind of full at the end. The ending, once you take a sip, it kind of ends with a little bit of alcohol taste to it. So, it's a pretty high drinkability beer, but then again, I don't think you'd want to sit back and do the Scott Blick and have 10 to 12 of these.
I think this would be a good dessert, or we talked about it, kind of an after-dinner drink. Sit around, have one of these after you're done with your meal. It's a dessert beer. It is sweet, but it's got a lot of flavor packed to it, too.
Joby, what's your rating on this one?
James, I'm going to go with an 8 on this because it's a pretty good beer. So anytime it's out and about and anybody's willing to try something different, I would definitely recommend this to them.
Okay. Mark, this is a pretty rich beer. Is it so rich that it could be fatiguing?
For me, I really am a huge fan of darker beers, especially porters. For me, it's not necessarily fatiguing. I mean, after 2 or 3 of these beers, A, probably going to be kind of drunk, and B, definitely kind of full. But for me, I don't think you get much better bang for your buck when it comes to this kind of beer. Large bottle, 16.9, high ABV, great taste, low price. I mean, that's a quadruple threat right there. So for me, this beer is a 9.
Okay, a 9. Okay, Okocim Porter gets an 8.7 on the BDA scale. Let us know what Baltic Porters stick out to you in the comments section. Also, we'd like to thank Libby Glass for providing these very awesome Better Beer Authority glasses. We really appreciate it. And as always, buy Libby Glass. They are awesome. These are some very thick, heavy glasses. Thanks for watching. I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer Authority, Better Beer Authority, Better Beer Authority.